way to the Everglades National Park, which will, I think, excuse the beeping, just turn on the car. We are, I think, 5th national park? Fifth on this adventure. And hopefully we find some good places to sleep. We see a lot of alligators, and let's get this party started. What are we doing?
We gotta make sure we get gas before going into the parks, because you never know when you're gonna find gas when you go into a big park.
It said no gas for the next 50 miles, so filling up. First things first, a little leftover break.
Cold quesadilla. Sometimes it's better to just eat it cold. I don't know. This would probably be good warm, but
it's not worth the effort.
Someone's a Naposaurus Rex.
I napped all the way here. But we've made it. We are at Coopertown Airboat. So this is what I've always thought about when going on the Everglades. We're going to take an airboat tour ride now. The airboats are basically the only boats that are allowed with a motor in the Everglades. They're shallow, and they have like a big fan on the back from either an aircraft or an automobile that propels them forward. So I'm super excited. We're gonna go check them out, see when the next boat is available. We didn't make a reservation beforehand, so we're just gonna wing it. We walked right up and got tickets to go on the airboat. You have to wear cotton balls because the motor is so loud. We cruised along the Grass River, looking for wildlife and enjoying quiet moments along the way. We done did it.
Alligators are meaty.
We saw 6 alligators, and Airboat Ride I would highly recommend. It's like the best way to see the Everglades because you get to pretty much like float on the water.
Yeah, and you like the only way that they turn is by drifting, so like you don't really know you're gonna turn, but then the boat starts going sideways.
And you're like, there we go. All right, on our way to do some more adventuring. Okay, we have entered the Ernest Coe Hemingway entrance of the park, which was a good 30-minute drive. And now we're about to go onto the Pahayokee Trail. Check out some of the wildlife over here. Short little walk.
Stretch the legs after driving.
Back to Vinny. How far we've driven today, Dylan?
Oh, really far.
Like, I think in total, like, it was like 60 miles from one entrance to the entrance we're going to. And in total, we've driven 3 hours to get to the Everglades. So we're pretty tired. Some days are like that.
You.
Dylan spotted something really cool. Let me zoom in. Look at that snake. Whoa. It's tiny, but I'm zoomed in so it looks a little bigger. Still looking at it.
Snakes are gross.
Don't forget your bug spray. I already have like 10 bites, and it's winter, which is their low bug season. So the Everglades is basically the whole southern tip of Florida, which is really cool. it takes over tons of land, which is why we've driven so far. But right now we're heading to, we have one more stop, but then we're heading to like the very southern tip of Florida. So you can basically just see like the Keys beyond from the land connected to the rest of the states. And so I'm hoping that we might see some crocodiles, we might see some manatees, might take a nap. Just got this. I hope it saves the day. I'm getting eaten alive. We did it. There's a crocodile in the marina.
Crocky.
I think he's got to be like, how big you think? Like 15 feet?
Yeah, I don't know.
That thing is massive. I'll show you. One sec. We saw not one, but 2 crocodiles. So my day is complete. If you want to know the difference between crocodiles and alligators, well, there's a few differences. 1, alligators are smaller. 2, alligators are freshwater and crocodiles are saltwater. And then also, crocodiles are more aggressive. So I am a little frightened when I go near the dock's edge, but we're probably fine. They're not going to attack us. Made it out to the farthest southern point of the contiguous U.S. in Florida. Out there, all of those you can see, those are the Keys. They weren't joking. There's mosquitoes out here. Tried to stick it out and watch the sunset, but Dylan didn't have bug spray on. So we're gonna, round 2, go put some bug spray on and try again. Round 2, Dylan, what do you have?
Deep.
A lot of deep. We had to bail. So many freaking bugs. It looked beautiful, but it did not feel beautiful.
Oh, it felt horrible.
It felt awful. They were just covering us, even though we were covered in bug spray. So, lesson learned. Florida, the very tip, is very buggy. Get all that DEET off of us before we eat dinner. It smells now in here. Using some wipes. Ugh, gross. Our little spot for dinner. Pulled up right on the side of the bay.
It's amazing.
Tonight, we found this spot where we can make dinner in the Everglades. And Dylan's mom made turkey soup when we were in Thanksgiving, so we're gonna use it. It's frozen still, so hopefully it cooks well. I guess our fridge is cold. Daily cooking routine. Dylan turns on the propane, I turn on the oven. Okay. Pot's on the stove, and we're watching sunset from the van. Soup, doop da doop, doop da doop, doop da doop, doop doop doop. So there were a lot of mosquitoes.
Yeah, we battled.
We battled. We tried to kill them all, and we zoomed out of the Everglades because we couldn't deal with the bugs. So we're gonna treat ourselves to some ice cream, and then we're gonna find a place to sleep tonight. There is a Cracker Barrel, so most likely that's where we'll end up. Dylan and I have just been trying to find mosquitoes. We're on a warpath. There's so many mosquitoes in this van right now, but also probably shouldn't have the flashlight on while Dylan's driving. We got a little overwhelmed with all the options. So I ended up getting passion fruit juice. Fresh passion fruit juice, which you can't get many places, and I love passion fruit. Put up all our window covers and
killing some final mosquitoes.
And also there's like 10 other RVs in this Cracker Barrel. It's hopping. So this is the spot to stay near the Everglades. We don't have a sponge right now, so our sink is full of dishes, but we're already in bed. And what time is it, Dill?
Time to go to sleep.
What time is it actually?
7:40.
One of our favorite ways to end a night in a parking lot. Turn on the projector, put down our sheet, and watch a little TV. It's time to get up. Okay. Woke up in Cracker Barrel. The pros to sleeping in Cracker Barrel. Super safe. Lots of other people are here. There's bathrooms. You could eat there. The cons. The freaking car fire or a panic alarm went off in the middle of the night for like so long, and there's lots of noise because you're in a city usually. So didn't get the best sleep, but here we are, ready to go. Also, it's only 70 degrees, which isn't that hot, and I will feel so sticky and gross. We don't have AC, we just have a fan in our van, so I think our covers are just like a little too warm when it's warm out. This is so wild. What are we doing?
We're covering our car with tarp because these vultures are attracted.
We're going to get our tarp now. They give them out at the visitor center. Here we go. So these vultures are attracted to rubber and apparently solar panels. So we've got our tarp and hopefully we can cover everything so these vultures don't eat our car. Ugh. All right, we've covered Vinny's solar panels and the windshield. Let's hope when we get back there's no vultures on her. Back, and there's no vultures on Vinny, so I think the tarps were successful, but I also think the vultures leave when it gets later in the day. Well, we just went on the Anhinga Trail, which was really awesome. We saw lots of cool wildlife and... Yeah, like half of the walk or 3/4 of the walk is on like a boardwalk where there's 3 or 4 feet of, probably like 2 or 3 feet of water. So you can see all the wildlife there and birds and fish. That was our favorite trail so far, so even though there were vultures, it was worth it. Everglades National Park is awesome. If you love wildlife, like you definitely should come and explore more than just one part because there's like different wildlife at different areas. Yeah, it's also pretty like, I don't know, swampy for lack of a better word. So a lot of places we go to, you know, you do like a long 10-mile hike, but here it was like quick walks through swampy areas where you can see lots of little swamp creatures. So. Don't forget your bug spray, but this was awesome. We've loved it, and comment below which animal you would be most excited to see. Signing off. Don't forget to follow along and hit subscribe if you liked our content and you want to see more of our van journey.